Heaven, I'm in heaven. My heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we are together dancing cheek to cheek.
This is the Korea that lives in my head. Now come meet my Korea and discover why it's my heaven. In 2021, I went through one of the darkest periods of my life, and that was because of two reasons. Losing my father in 2019 and my academic life as an engineer. My life was work, home, and back again. I needed something that could bring joy back into my life. And then I remembered Korean dramas, the ones that opened me up to Korean culture when I was younger. So one night, I opened Netflix and found The Legend of the Blue Sea. I watched it in about 24 hours. And yes, I hurt my eyes back then. Then came Boys Over Flowers, then Healer. People say if you have 100 problems, watch a K-drama, they will become 0. And honestly, I felt it. For a while, the dramas took me away from real life, made me forget my sadness, and somehow made me smile again. But I wasn't just watching dramas anymore. I was discovering Korea. As an Egyptian, I started noticing things that were completely normal in Korean life, but fascinating to me. One of the first things I noticed was school life. In K-dramas, I often saw students cleaning their classrooms after school. This is part of Korean school culture. However, routines vary between schools. Then I realized it wasn't only about schools. Taking care of shared spaces can reflect a broader sense of responsibility. I actually experienced something similar with my Korean colleagues. After an exhibition in Germany, our Korean manager gathered us at the end of the day and we cleaned our booth together. Then we discussed our work and said, "화이팅!" Something I had only seen on a screen was suddenly happening in my own life. Korea started feeling real. I also discovered ondol, the traditional Korean underfloor heating system. It doesn't simply heat the air, it heats the floor. And this influenced how people traditionally lived, ate, sat, and even slept. I loved discovering how something as simple as heating a home could shape an entire way of life. Then I noticed something that felt very familiar. Family, 가족. Korea and Egypt are very different cultures, but they both share something beautiful, the importance of family and respect for elders. There was a concept I had never known before, nunchi, the ability to read social cues and understand the atmosphere around you. Sometimes you don't need someone to tell you they are upset. You notice, you understand, you adjust, and suddenly, so many silent moments in K-dramas made sense to me. There was also a word I love, ori. It means we or our. But in Korean, you can use ori where English would normally use my. Our family, our home, our country. And I found something beautiful in that. The idea that belonging can sometimes be expressed through us rather than I. Then came Hanbok. At first, I simply thought it was beautiful, but I wanted to understand it. I learned about the jakuri, the upper garment, the chima for women, and the baji for men. And suddenly, Hanbok wasn't just something beautiful I saw in dramas. It became a connection to Korean history and identity. And finally, the Korean language. At first, Korean sounded completely unfamiliar to me. Arabic and Korean are worlds apart, but somehow I fell in love with the sound of it. Even before I knew how to speak Korean, I was already collecting words from K-dramas like 안녕하세요, 미안해요, 왜, 네, 안녕, 할아버지, 할머니, 아빠, 엄마, 사람, and 사랑해. So I realized I wasn't just watching Korean dramas anymore. I was trying to understand it. I wanted to learn the language, understand the culture, and discover its history. That's what K-dramas gave me. They became a window into a country I had never visited, but somehow started feeling connected to. And maybe that's why I call Korea my heaven. Not because I think Korea is perfect, but because during one of the darkest periods of my life, Korea gave me something I desperately needed. Something to look forward to. It started with one drama, then another, then a word, then a tradition, then a culture. And somehow, along the way, I stopped just watching Korea on a screen. I started dreaming about standing inside it. This is the Korea in my heart, the light that found me in my darkest days and taught me to smile again, right here in Egypt.